Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love, and the Elven folk. Yes, right, the elves of the zodiac. I'm speaking to you, Capricorn. Welcome to your December 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And this is going to be for if you have your sun, moon, or rising in Capricorn, or if you happen to be cross-watching. For me, this is my north node, so I know I always pay attention to Capricorn energy and Capricorn readings. As I've said, as far as mythological creatures, you guys are the folk of the Elven, the elves. That's right, you guys have the long ears. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Let's see what we have in store for you, what astrological transits to focus on, and then what the cards have to say. Well, similar to Sagittarius, I think one of the cards got this too, or one of the signs got this too, but we actually have Taurus energy that you need to focus on, Taurus energy. And while we do not have any planets in Taurus, we will have the moon going into Taurus around the time of a pretty major transit. Which, like I said, Sagittarius also got Taurus, but this is going to be a little bit different for you because this energy is going to be trining your energy, and the other energy is going to be sextiling your energy. What am I even talking about? I'm talking about Venus exiting shadow. Venus, which was in Scorpio, when retrograde at 10 degrees of Scorpio, retrograded back into its home sign of Libra. Now Venus will be coming back. Now Venus will be back in Scorpio. It will exit shadow, and this is going to be around December 18th, right? So this is going to be, of course, towards the tail end of Sagittarius season. The sun will be at like 25, 26 degrees of Sagittarius, getting ready to come, of course, into your sign. Now, the reason why you want to focus on this is because Venus, now coming out of shadow, this energy is going to be sextiling you. And this is also going to be your 11th house. So this is going to be, of course, be dealing with communication with different people. It's going to be dealing with even, like I said, the internet, how you relate to social media, opening up new relationships with different groups of people. And we also have, at the time of this happening, we have the moon, which will actually be in Taurus. And this is going to be training your energy. So when the moon comes into the spot, it, of course, is going to make a trine over to Saturn, which is in your sign, which is also your ruling planet. So you're one that really going to be paying attention, and the moon, of course, is going to be in your 5th house. So you have this interesting energy between your 5th house and your 11th house. So there's going to be some sort of creative passion and spark that's wanting to come forward. You really wanting to manifest something from your heart space. But we have this interesting energy, like I said, with Venus coming out of shadow. Now that it's going to be going beyond 10 degrees of Scorpio, it's really going to be diving even deeper into these deeper waters, these deeper currents, these deeper emotions, these deeper passions and desires that we're wanting to express and bring forth and really experience. Venus is the planet of, in many ways, opening up to these experiences, right, and this receptive quality. So with the moon in Taurus, it will begin to make its opposition to Venus around the 18th. You know, from the 18th, 19th, and the 20th, you're going to see that opposition. And it's going to be interesting, of course. You know, we have Jupiter in your 12th house, we have Mercury in your 12th house, the Sun will be in your 12th house. So there's definitely going to be some sort of spiritual undertone. But what this is telling me is that around these dates, around the 18th, there's definitely going to be a focus on what your heart wants, and then, of course, what people may think about that. So you're going to have to try and find this balance, of course, between what do you want and whether you're actually expressing your creativity, your authenticity, and what other people are saying, what other groups are saying. This can definitely be a time where you may find a new group, you may find a new job, you may find new colleagues, you may even find kind of like your tribe, so to speak, and this will be based off of really where do you stand within your own heart? Where do you stand as far as really expressing your creativity? Because you might find yourself that if you are doing so, you may come into new groups of people and meet new people, maybe even champion or lead some type of projects, right? But if you're finding yourself kind of listening to what everyone else has to say, then you're really going to not really be feeling super connected during this time. Now, for as cards we have going, and I'll go back and forth with the astrology too, we have the card of the Chariot, and we have the Three of Cups. The Chariot, of course, is the card of Cancer, which is your opposite sign, and that's where the North Node is right now. So there's definitely this rev up of this cardinal energy. We're going to have, throughout December, we're going to have the Sun that's going to be in your sign. We're going to have Saturn in your sign. Pluto, of course, is in your sign. We have Uranus retrograde in Aries, and then we have the North Node in Cancer. The South Node is in your sign as well. We have the Chariot card, which speaks to this willpower and wanting to really wanting to bring out this depth of magic, because I think it's interesting how the Chariot speaks to willpower and wanting to move things forward, and then it's the card of Cancer. And I think that's awesome because it's like, even though we have this initiation energy and this initiation quality as far as acting and having a sense of direction with Aries, it's when you get to Cancer where you begin to tap into your emotional guidance system and how your emotions can guide you, and how in many ways you will act based off of how you are reacting to things, right? And what I love about this card too is that it has horses on there, right? Normally when you see the Chariot card, you'll see either sphinxes or you'll see like horses or some type of relation to that. And what's beautiful is that the horse actually is a totem animal of Cancer. And the horse, when you think of the horse, you think of this beautiful, strong creature that gallops through the fields, right? And it's like, of course, cowboys rode the horses or stuff like that. You see like the old westerns. And what the horse speaks to is being able to find those people in your life that you're able to run wild with. Like, imagine yourself like as a horse, like running through a field and galloping towards the sunset, and imagine yourself surrounded by other people that you're able to kind of run wild with, to run passionately and free with your mane kind of flopping in the wind. And there is this great power that comes from that. This great power from being able to connect with certain individuals on a deeper level, on a more compassionate level, on an emotional level, that understand that depth of passion that you feel and are able to run wild with you as well. So I think that's really a beautiful thing that we have here, is you are going to find a great power that comes from being able to run with your dreams. And we have the Three of Cups here, which speaks to some type of celebration. I love this card because it's just really funny, because you have a cow here, you have a deer, and then you have a sloth. And it looks like the sloth is like holding up some sort of cup. So there's definitely going to be this feeling of you wanting to find people to celebrate with. And it's like, and this is even something that I have come into just kind of recent realization about, trying to figure out what exactly is my purpose and all this stuff. And I realized that I'm here to celebrate spirit. Because I feel like there's not enough celebration of spirit. There's not enough celebration of the blissful nature that is everyday life. It may not seem always blissful. It may not always seem abundant. But it is. And I'm here to celebrate that. And I want to almost be like a leader of celebration. So considering that, the sun's going to be coming over the galactic center point, you have all these energies in your 12th house, and Jupiter's going to be in your 12th house. There's definitely this rev up and this kick up of spiritual energy. And in many ways, a lot of you are going to be imbued over the next year or so with this spiritual revival. And in many ways, you're going to be kind of coming more into your purpose. I really feel like for you, Capricorn, this is about you really finding the right people to celebrate this life with, to really celebrate strength, willpower, passion, moving things forward. Let's cut the deck. Let's see what we have here. We have the Five of Cups, though. It was actually reversed, too. But we have the Five of Cups. Some of you guys are holding on to spilled milk. That's what this is reversed. Some of you are holding on to spilled milk, failed promises, failed businesses. Some of you are holding on. And it's almost like it sounds, I see someone who is like spilled over a very, very fine or expensive glass of wine. And I see them almost being so upset that they spilled it over that they're leaning down and actually like licking it off the table so they can, you know, they spent good money on that. They don't want it to go to waste, right? Capricorn, please humble yourself and allow that milk or allow that fine wine to be spilled. Get yourself another bottle. Or get yourself something that, you know, may even do better for you. Who knows? Don't worry about what has failed. Don't worry about what has spilled over. That's not really going to allow you to celebrate this present moment and to celebrate the manifestations that are coming forth. In many ways, it's all of the last signs, like the last 4 signs, but I would definitely say especially Sagittarius and Capricorn and Taurus. With all these energies going on, with all these energies coming into Capricorn, and then of course with Uranus, which will come back into Taurus, these 3 signs are going to change the world in a huge, huge way. Sagittarius has its vision. Capricorn is going to want to like begin to implement it and like figure out the new structure. But Taurus is also going to bring about groundbreaking, quite literally, groundbreaking technologies and innovations. And these 3 signs are going to work together, and you're going to literally see over the next 8 years, this world's going to look vastly different. And Capricorns are given the task of really trying to figure out what the new structure is and begin to actually put it in place. Because we are out of order. The world is out of order with nature. And Capricorn, being an earth sign and being about order, you really want to look to nature and almost sort of emulate it. Emulate what nature has done. And actually, we're going to bring that into our society. And a lot of people, this Five of Cups is also, I'm seeing as traditions that are being destroyed and broken. Remember, Pluto is in your sign, which means that Pluto is destroying old traditions. It's destroying things that no longer work. It's destroying things that are out of order. It's destroying facets of our society that really are holding us back. So literally you focusing on having spilt this milk or this expensive wine and then you lapping it up kind of like desperately is not really doing anything for you. It really isn't. And we all have done that, whether we actually have done it or like metaphorically have spilled something over. It was like, oh no, I spent so much money on this. Let me lap this up real fast. It's like, come on, like you don't need to do that. You really don't, okay? We have the Five of Wands. Oh, so there's some arguments coming your way, some pettiness. What's going on with this? I want to draw some more cards. Since we have the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups, I'm kind of interested to know what's going on with this. We have the Knight of Wands that's popped up. So like I said, there's definitely this focus on other people. So for you, this could be a fire sign. This could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius that you are going to kind of be going back and forth with. Maybe this is going to be someone that kind of comes in and challenges your viewpoint, challenges your perspective, and may even kind of remind you on why something didn't work out in the past, or why a business failed, or why a venture failed. And it's going to kind of get you like, you're going to kind of be like it's going to kind of give you a bit of a cold shoulder. And knowing what you would have done is that you're pretty good at disregarding your emotions and kind of just being cold and detached about it, but it might be a little bit harder for you to do that, mainly because we had the Chariot card here, which is the card of Cancer. But it's saying that I'm feeling like this Knight that comes into your life is really showing you that there's no need to worry about what did not work. You have a lot of cards falling out. So what I see this as, when cards are falling out of the deck, I see it as things are falling into place. We have the Ten of Cups. Yes, this knight who's coming into your life, this fire sign or someone who has fire qualities, is telling you to celebrate life because life is beautiful, life is full, life is abundant, life is full of bliss, and there is no need to cry over spilled milk. There is no need to cry over spilled milk. This is a time to celebrate. This is a time to celebrate. We have the Ten of Pentacles as well. And that's really what you want. You want that security. You want that abundance. You want to feel like you're on top of things, especially physically, financially, fiscally. You want to feel like you are in control. Capricorn is very much so a sign of control. But I feel like in order for you to kind of get the control back, it's like you almost have to relinquish control. You have to relinquish control to the universe. Let's see what we have right here. So I actually want to dive a little bit more into this Chariot card here and get a little bit more clarity on the Chariot. I'm going to get clarity on what you could be running away from and what you could be running towards, and then the ultimate solution of this. So, okay. We have all three cards here. All three cards fell out. Okay. So what are you running away from? You're running away from the Six of Wands. You have a fear of success. I know I actually have this. You're running away from this fear of success, it seems like. You're running away from recognition. Maybe because things didn't work out in the past, or maybe you even have some type of stage fright. With Venus being in your 11th house, this is actually giving you the opportunity to be more open and receptive to trusting other people, and then trusting really your heart, so that when you express these deeper wants and these deeper passions, that people will accept you with open arms. Not everyone's going to accept you with open arms, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with that. What you're running towards is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, though. So what I see this as is you definitely have positive intentions on wanting to manifest things and get connected to nature and really having more of a sense of this groundedness. But since it is reverse, it's saying the reason why this is reverse is because this is upright. Because you're running away from success and you're wanting to manifest things, but it may not come across the way that you want to. This is why I feel like the Knight of Wands is coming in here to kind of alter your perception on what has happened. I almost feel like the Queen of Pentacles in many ways can kind of be almost like you running towards the past. It's like you're running away from the future, but you're running to the past. We have the Page of Swords here, though, as like this alternate solution, which is telling me that in order for you to kind of have the success that you want in your life and to actually manifest the future that you want, you need to really figure out where you are mentally right now. The Page of Swords speaks to having wanting to develop this mental clarity, this mental vision. And what I love about this card is that he's sitting here kind of like in a field or something like that, and he's thinking to himself. He's like, what can I do next? Where can I go next? You know, this is really nice because it actually, the Page of Swords, similar to the Page of Wands, can be a bit rash. But this Page of Swords, he looks a little bit more nuanced, right? He's not going to just kind of jump right into things. So what I've seen this as is that you are considering what has happened before, what worked and what did not work. And you're going to take the things that, worked and kind of re-implement them. And you're going to take the things that didn't work and you're going to transmute them. And a lot of this transmutation is going to kind of happen for you, mainly because you have the sun in you're going to have the sun in your 12th house for a good portion of December. You'll have Jupiter here and you'll have Mercury here. And Mercury being in your 12th house speaks to this deeper spiritual alchemy when it comes to your mind and communication and what you believe that you can bring forth. So you're running away from success. You're running away from this future success that is possible because of something that did not work out before that kind of resembles it or reflects it in some way. And then you're kind of running to the Queen of Pentacles, wanting to get this nurturance from the Queen, wanting to kind of almost, I almost see it as like you're kind of running to the Queen of Pentacles, and like you're almost getting some sort of favor. You're almost sort of getting like, almost even like a pass out, which is kind of funny because Capricorn, you're probably the last sign that wants like a free pass out, right? Even though I do believe that, I don't want to get into politics and all this stuff like that, so I want to avoid that. Even though I believe in helping our fellow humans out and really having this equality for all, Capricorn, you are a go-getter and you go for what you want. You do not like people to just kind of pass you things and to give you favors. But subconsciously, you're going to be kind of running to this Queen of Pentacles, and you're almost be kind of, you're going to want favor. You're going to want some sort of gift, because it's like you feel this, you feel kind of like this lack or this inability to accurately bring into reality what you want or what you see for yourself in this vision. And that makes sense. It's tough. You have, and of course, yeah, you're ruled by Saturn. Yeah, but this comes with like hard lessons and hard work. But you also have Pluto here. You have the South Node in here. So there's going to be a lot of discussion. The South Node, out of the nodes of the moon, is the one that's more physically apparent. It's the one that's physically manifested more, the South Node. So yes, there's going to be a bunch of people holding on to things that did not work. Holding on to, I see someone like rummaging through ashes and trying to like almost put the ashes back together again, and they're going poof. I see someone like, almost like, I see someone like, say like they had, I don't know why, I saw a snowman for some reason, but it's almost like, say, oh, this would be a good one. Say, like, it's a relationship, right? Say it's a relationship that didn't work out, okay? With a certain someone, like a romantic relationship that didn't work out, all right? And I see someone rummaging through ashes and, like, putting it together in, like, the image of the person that they kind of fawned over or whatever like that. And Capricorn, normally, you're pretty good at detaching and moving on from failed relationships. But I almost see you trying to put this together, or someone trying to put it together, and you're like, oh, you're here. And then poof. Gone. The ashes fall away. Or maybe you want something, a new car, a new house, or whatever it is. It's like you're trying to put it together with these ashes, but then the moment that it seems like it has some type of structure, some type of solidity to it, poof, it's gone. So there's this element of really you having to do this deep let go, but also embracing this celebration of what's to come. The new structures that are to come, the new opportunities that are to come. We have your card. We have the Devil card in reverse. The immediate thing that I heard about was listen to your own authority. Because with the Devil card in reverse can speak to definitely some desires and temptations wanting to come up. But since there is definitely a focus on other people with these energies, of course, in your 11th house, and then, of course, you have the North Node opposing you, which deals with, you know, your relationship house. That's your 7th house, Cancer. There are definitely going to be moments where you can be heavily influenced by other people, or heavily influenced by different circumstances and situations. And you can find yourself kind of falling into the same traps that you fell in before. And that's what this whole running back to the Queen of Pentacles thing, where it's like you almost, I see someone who kind of went out into the world and tried to like, I hear establish a business, because I automatically think business when I think Capricorn, and it failed, and them running back to their mom and wanting some type of comfort and nurturance. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place for that, though. It's like, do it, but don't stay there, right? Don't stay in that place, right? Some of your moms too are gonna be kind of playing hardball with you, and they're gonna you're gonna run back to the nest or visit the nest, so to speak, and they may come for you for a moment, but some of your moms are gonna play fucking hardball with you for real and tell you to kind of, you know, get back at it, get back out there, right? Get back out there. Listen to your own authority. Listen to your own authority, okay? The Devil card, like, a lot of people, you know, I guess probably traditionally will be afraid of this card because they're like, oh my gosh, it's the devil. But the devil, which is Lucifer, speaking about this illumination, this light. Lucifer was God's most beautiful angel, right? So you have to be able to look at a situation that may appear ugly or grotesque or not work and turn it into something of beauty. You have to be able to do that. A lot of times we can project onto certain situations and not really feel the beauty in them. And Taurus, which of course rules Venus, is talking about feeling the beauty in it. I'm seeing someone, this whole fad of flipping houses is a perfect example. You know how you will like watch these HGTV shows and they go into this house that they want to get flipped? Or it's like mainly the Property Brothers does it. And they're like, oh, well, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. But like when they first go in there, these people, either they're playing stupid for ratings, for like the show, whatever like that, or they have no vision. They're like, oh no, this is have to go, this has to go. I don't see how this is going to work. I don't see how this is going to work. This is grotesque. This is not working. You have to be able to look at a house that is dilapidated and be able to see the vision of how it can look. Do that for your life. Translate that to your life. Almost detach a bit, kind of step outside your perspective, and look at it objectively. And you got to be able to look at your life and be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we need some new carpet here. Or yeah, you know, we can do hardwood here. I mean, yeah, we need to fix the plumbing here. Yeah, we need to fix the structure over here. Yeah, we can blow out this wall so it can feel more open. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's almost like you're renovating a house, but that house is yourself. You're renovating a temple, but that temple is yourself. And it might have been left behind by people before you that might have definitely appreciated it, but over time, it's overtaken by nature. Everything's going to get overtaken by nature eventually, right? Like, if this apartment building that I am in was just to sit here for years and years and years and nobody occupied it, nature would take over, right? That's the ultimate, like, reset as far as, like, going back to what is true and what is order. But Capricorn, you want to look at your life, and it's not all. I mean, some things are salvageable. You know, they go into these houses and they don't have to completely tear everything down. You know, some things are salvageable. Most of the times, especially if the structure is good in Taurus, a lot of things can be salvageable. But this is really you looking at your life and being like, okay, I actually can renovate this. I know it appears as a certain way right now. I know it looks a certain way right now, but I can work with this. You know what? I can celebrate where I am right now. You know what? This is beautiful where I am right now. What an incredible opportunity. What an incredible opportunity. Yeah. That is it for your reading, Capricorn. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to astrofenixx.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, the Elven Folk, fellow radiators of love, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.